Hello everyone, in this video I'll show you how to beat the boss, the Nightweaver, in Remnant 2. So this boss has a weak spot on its chest, that little green glowing orb, so we want to hit there as much as possible. Be mindful there are a lot of projectiles from this boss if you get to a certain distance, and it'll do that chasing attack there, which can be really brutal to the character. So I'm using the handler class for the bleed perk from the pet and the additional tanking, but it doesn't seem to go for the dog as much as it goes for the character. Now the thing to go for is as many critical shots as you possibly can while avoiding all the additional attacks that this boss brings. So it does use these little mites here, and you can just avoid them because they get killed by the Nightweaver itself. I wouldn't recommend going for melee attacks. I did that. You can get some decent damage off, and it seems to automatically hit the critical spot, but it's just not worth it since this boss has a lot of damage up close. I didn't even expect to get it on my first try, but this was my first attempt, so I just wanted to make a guide on how to get through it. So the dog will resurrect you if you're using the handler class, and I definitely recommend it for this one because it can help out during situations like this where you're just not paying attention to your health. Now this is where things get serious. You gotta watch out for it when it does this. This is going to actually bring us into the interior, and we want to avoid this attack as much as possible. So it jumps into the walls, and we want to not go near it when it does that. It's best to stay in the lobby, but I try to move around and stay mobile, but from what I've seen, it looks like it's best to stay in the center of the room and just dodge it from there, because it will jump into the wall and then it'll attack you through the wall. So you have to watch out for that. I went running through the house, was not the best idea, so don't make that same mistake. When it disappears, it'll pop out in different areas, so I took that opportunity to run back down to this area here because I got a quarter of its health down just by backtracking. The mites are relatively easy to take out, so don't worry about fighting them, but you gotta look for it when it pops out of the walls, and it was right here. It led me from the mites, so you can get quite a bit of damage in on it as it sticks to the wall there, and obviously keep your distance and try to heal up and keep your health as high as possible. That's coming, I guess, as a basic tip, but watching out for the walls whenever it pops in there. She was in the wall there, and it could have got me with an attack, so you have to be very quick when this happens. Using the hotshot perk helps out a lot because that extra fire damage can take the health bar down quickly without really having to be in the middle of things. Now, there is a 2-hit combo it'll do, and once it completes that, that's the best time to heal. As you can see there, I was able to get one heal off. And then just keep your distance as much as possible. If you have a tank to keep your distance even easier, that's nice, but it will use these attacks sometimes where it does quite a bit of damage. Not the best. You want to avoid that, but the dog can help out. So yeah, definitely recommend using the handler, especially for this boss fight alone. But keeping your distance will do a lot of good for you. So whenever you see the glowingness on the wall, you can shoot at it, but just don't get hit by the attacks it'll do. And this was, again, my first attempt. I wasn't really sure of the strategy, but it seems like it's best to just stick as far away from it as possible and preferably stay into the main room there where it just ran to. Out here seems to have the most room to be comfortable with dodging around with, so I would stick around here if possible, but the Nightweaver is not that difficult of a boss. As I said, I got this on my first attempt, and I'm no pro at this game, but I was able to take it down relatively easily, so that's how you can take down the Nightweaver in Remnant 2. If you found this video useful, please hit that subscribe button below.